No, this presentation is all about inquiry and how we can base the inquiry as part of the learning design for joyful engagement. It's not about sending men on Mars. It is basically and simply to ensure that we are able to engage meaningfully and joyfully, purposefully the learners. Now, for example, if I take a problem around, say, transport, then the question can be what mode of transport you are looking forward to. So once you decide on that particular mode under the theme, then say, for example, it is a surface transport which is there, so that becomes the category. Now, under this category of surface transport, then we see that there are so many modes. Now, if you figure it out, okay, this inquiry is concerning cars, what are those different components, those codes or the spare parts? Likewise, in this case, what happens is we create a mesh network comprising those categories and under those categories, those codes. And these codes can even be interrelated with the codes of other categories. So this is how this network grows, right? And it will be very, very important for any inquiry that we have a map of the entire knowledge and skills. So, for example, when we take this code like wheel, which is common for surface transport, but then there are further differentiators. Now, what is that appropriate code which goes to that relevant category? This will help us in proceeding with the design of the inquiry.
Can this inquiry be student-centric, which can ensure that no student is left out?
It's basically a bridge between what I know and where I want to go.
Algorithm is set such a way that it will tell you that the redness is due to conjunctivitis or it is due to any other glaucoma related redness.
So if they can come up with the problems of that organization wherein they are doing the internship and they can elaborate, they can extend on the project.
The content can be provided by the tourism guys.
They become better in terms of their confidence, communication and like skill as well.
They can see the concepts of social psychology like group, leadership, mob, aggression, how they are being applied.
We are going to communicate on research paper in Scoopus Index Journal, and it is with the students. Two branch, one is the social media, means media and the tourism.
So we constitute a club of event managers and delegate those responsibility to those clubs.
We should structure our workflow or the academics in such a way that the students can get into the industry.
A compulsory 1 month internship at the end of every semester.
Have to be able to make themselves align to the industry so that we are taking considerations of all these situations.
If we are asking the normal classroom questions, one-to-one questions, it is more of a reflexive learning which is demonstrated, and people may shy out or people may not be able to give that particular answer at that point in time.
We explore the data and try to find out patterns, different kinds of graphical representations, mining that data. One is try to make them identify the problem.
If a student engage with some new technology like AI and data science.
We had BCA collaborating with hospitality. Things do come out very well when we are in a blended sort of a meeting.
We have to only ensure that we bring the right problem and the right cohort together to work with the problem.
Or can be tabulated in terms of a framework. So essentially that framework can have a 3-column structure. So maybe you begin with those areas, the core areas, which can be those themes. Under those core areas you can have categories, and then each category will have the codes, which are the taught lessons, right? And this is how at least we map that what are those taught units which will be there in this particular program framework. Each and every course can be labeled so that we know exactly the codes. We can distinguish a code of a particular program from another program, even if those codes might sound the same. The another important job to ensure that we are able to create great inquiries will be to extend the learning. So that they are able to expand their horizons. Now, the bigger that particular mesh is, the more competent we will be in terms of plunging into any inquiry. You begin with a problem statement, and then that particular problem statement can be broken into a set of tasks, unit tasks, as the components of the solution. So those can be taken as solution components, and then we can assign each task to maybe a group or a set of learners. If your design is that it has to be field based or lab based or workshop based, or you want to go for a flipped classroom, so whatever that particular design is, the learners are sensitized on exactly how to go about their tasks, and then they are able to deliver results. And most importantly, each and every inquiry able to generate some new codes. Now, if those yellow ones which you see, those are interesting. These codes were not taught, yet they had used those codes in their process of inquiry. That what are those subjects which are most used in all such inquiries. These are some of those 15 odd codes which deals with the new competencies or additional competencies the faculty members have targeted for themselves in order to ensure that their students will be able to scale up their inquiries. How we can bring in new codes into the system, into the program, because that makes the program more contemporary. Please share your experiments. We all want our learners to be happily engaged, and let us bring more meaning and more purpose to learning. Thank you so much.